Cars mean a lot of different things to different people. Personally, I prioritize fun over all else, but I also spend like a drunken sailor, so I can't really afford something like a C8 Corvette or my dream car, Mercedes-AMG GT. My budget is closer to the average transaction price of 40 grand. So where does that leave me? Well, hope is on the horizon because there's more fun choices under 40K than you think. But before that, hit like and subscribe below and head over to edmunds.com/sellmycar to get some cash so you can afford some of these bad boys. Pony cars are pretty beefy these days. You get a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to horsepower. Seriously, guys. If you ask me though, it ain't a muscle car unless it has a V8. The Chevrolet Camaro SS is most certainly fun and comes in just shy of our $40,000 limit. For the money, you get a 455 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8, a 6-speed manual, sharp handling, and impressive acceleration. What you don't get is decent outward visibility. Seriously, it's like looking through a mail slot. Now, if you want the same thrills but want to see where you're going, you should check out my favorite, Ford Mustang GT. It's a bit less expensive too, which means you can even option the automatic transmission and stay under the $40,000 limit, unlike the Camaro. But seriously, you should learn to drive stick if you're going this route. The Dodge Challenger RT, by comparison, is an elegant muscle car for a more civilized age. It's bigger and more comfortable, but it also makes less power than the Camaro or Mustang and doesn't handle as sharply either. Like the Mustang, you can add the automatic transmission and stay under budget. And in this case, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Oh, and if you want the convenience of 4 doors, the Charger is essentially the same car. See? So you can have a family and still have fun. If you're looking for something more new school than muscle car, we've got the latest batch of hot hatchbacks. Considering that these have the potential for much better fuel economy, they could even be better bets for those on a budget. The Volkswagen GTI is all new for 2022 and is our current favorite. With 241 horsepower, zippy handling, and plenty of space for people and cargo, it's easy to see why. Now, we're not too hot on the new infotainment interface, and it's not quite as powerful as the next hatches on the list. But there is the Golf R that has more power and all-wheel drive, but it's disqualified for price. The Honda Civic Type R is another great choice, but you better try and get one now. The Civic has been redesigned for 2022, and the new Type R is still a ways out. There are a handful of last-gen Type Rs out there, somewhere. It may look a little goofy, but the 306 horsepower output is a pretty solid apology. The Hyundai Veloster N is a little more funky than goofy looking, and it should be a hell of a lot easier to find one for sale than the Civic. With 275 horsepower, it's not as punchy as the Honda, and the ride can be downright punishing at times. But for 5 grand less, you've got to expect some compromises somewhere, right? And we have reviews and comparisons of all of these hatchbacks, so you can see videos of those here, or maybe here. By the way, if you're selling a Type R, hit me up in the comments below. Now to our section about coupes, known to pedants and our friends across the pond as coupes. I can do this all day. And now for the poster child for motoring fun, the Mazda MX-5 Miata. This pint-sized little drop top is just ridiculously fun to toss into corners, or go cruising, or just blast down the highway. It kind of does everything really well. As the only convertible on the list, the Miata is one of the purest cars out there. Now, the specs and performance numbers may not be all that impressive, but I guarantee you, once you get in a Miata, it is the best way to inject dopamine straight into your noggin. What's better, even in the top trim, it comes in under $40,000. For around the same money as the Miata, you can also get the redesigned 2022 Subaru BRZ, or its sister from another mister, the Toyota GR86. They're also on the weak side, but still potent enough to have some fun with. If I were to make one suggestion, it'd be to use the cheapest tires you could find because it's one of the easiest, funnest cars to drift at low speeds. Not that we suggest that you actually drift though. Wink. Remember to drift responsibly though, closed course, professional driving, all that stuff. There are some honorable mentions to add too. We've finally got a new Nissan Z on the way and we're expecting it to start right in the 40 grand neighborhood. There's also a redesigned Subaru WRX STI over the horizon, and for less patient shoppers, the Mini John Cooper Works hardtop 2-door and larger Kia Stinger are worthy of consideration. So there you have it. Maybe this wasn't the fun under 40 video you searched for. Don't want to know. But you can indeed have fun under 40 grand. Do you agree with my list? Are there any you think that deserve to be included that weren't on this list? Well, I don't care what you think. This is my video. I kid. Let us know in the comments below in your usual civilized tone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and head over to Edmunds.com for the latest news, reviews, and information on any of these vehicles.